the circuit in the new season, having been in Australia and now controlling Samoa, who make the catch and get away with an early start. Sele gets the pass away to Leololo and the try straight away. We've got to check the time and see how long it took for the seconds to click over. 15 seconds, was it?
Well, not even that. That was bang, bang. Thank you. This is superb. Iono, sharp as attack, offloads out the tackle to Sele, and Sele right on to Lolo. That's seven-a-side rugby. That's what we enjoy watching. Samoa right out the starting blocks, looking very, very sharp.
After the kickoff, and then the second play by Samoa rushing up on attack. Looked like Portugal hadn't arrived at the ground. Their bus had been delayed. But they've come back superbly with 2 tries of their own to take the lead here. Perez, big and aggressive, off the 15-a-side tour that was so successful. Out nicely, it goes to Lavasa, and oh, the hits just keep on coming. Well, did he touch the in-goal area? We might have a look at that replay. Try scored by Rupena Lavasa.
Well, Lavasa in for the try, but all the running came from Paul Perez. What a fantastic run by Perez. Managed to step out offload. Well, let's just look and see if Keith Quinn is right here.
I might be miles off the pace here. Let's have a look, see how the old eyes are. See, look, what? How about that?
Ooh.
How about that? Oh, tell you
He's just in, is he? Just in.
Scott Hastings couldn't. Yep. Scott Hastings couldn't tell, and is therefore helped by the cameras.
No, absolutely not. The in-goal touch judge told us right. But
leaping giant of this tournament, which is massive. All the tickets have been sold. And when the sun comes out, it'll be 30,000 people. Here's another. Look at this. Look at this. This is why we love this game. It's a try from the kickoff, a second time for Leo Lolo. Scott Hastings, former Sevens man, is going to tell us what's happening here in this game.
They're just sharper in mind. Very much sharper in mind, the Samoans, and yet Portugal got themselves back into the tie.
Catch.
So 2 minutes to go. That's enough time for well, maybe 2 scores. So good wide connections, and yes, this is him. This is Robert Lilo Mayava. What a great story he is in the last couple of weeks in the game of rugby union. And lovely move here. Nice passing again by Afamasanga to Iono, who is still on the field. And running the ball now is Leo Lolo.
Reload!
And digging deep as Afamasanga. A chance for Portugal to bring it up and maybe sneak the game. 19-all at the moment.
Very much in the balance. Superb defence though came in from Portugal. Now they've got to go from deep.
Counterattack's good.
Number 4, Leal pushed off the ball. A much smaller frame, although he's got great speed and skill. Now this is the new hard line that the referees are taking. If you take the ball away, it's an automatic yellow card. And that's stops the continuity of the game, so that's really spoiled Portugal's chances here. And it's with Tupou now. Lilo Mayava, number 6.
Counterattack, then you use your hands.
And a tap by Lilo Mayava. Away they come. There's a man, an extra man, and he's waiting out wide. Number 3 for Samoa is Asifa Ma'atala, and number 4 is a 3-try scorer, Leo Lolo. From the start to the finish in this game, he's touching down. So this gives Samoa the late lead.
Well, it's been a super game of sevens, and ultimately the turning point was very much the yellow card. 6 defenders for Portugal to the 7 attackers. And Leo Lolo, well, he knew where the space was around the back of that ruck. Taps the ball down.
Situations against them. Sometimes with the ball behind them, Samoa are not that great.
Put at the scrum. Back into Levasa out wide here to Paul Perez. Perez has the strength. Can he go into the corner? Yes, he can. First blood there for Perez. And Samoa shrug off the attentions of Tom Mitchell. And Paul Perez, who was outstanding for Samoa when they won their last tournament in Las Vegas back in February this year, has split England's defence apart.
Yeah, great pickup around the feet as well, and breaking through those two tackles. He's a really good finisher, is Paul Perez, as we've seen in both forms of the game, playing for the Eastern Province Kings in the Currie Cup in South Africa.
This time into the hands of Jeff Williams. Williams down to the deck. You can see him handling the back, but a great counter run by Seli. Over the top he goes.
5.
Rodwell not releasing his man well.
No.
Alex Ruiz, he's quite entitled to march them back 10 yards. Now what has Samoa got, White? Iono on the far side. Good step here. Mitchell goes across with the tackle. In comes Bibby. Support by Ona. He's in at the corner. Samoa drawn back. Well, they made it look so easy, didn't they, down that far side. Afa Iono in for his try, the 24-year-old.
Well, this is where they really, once you let them play and they're on the front foot, they are a very difficult side to stop Samoa. There's great support play that comes for them as well, and on that occasion there, Tupou, the man getting in.
Bibby escapes the tackle, manages to get the ball back. Norton juggles. Iono intercepts, so Samoa with possession now. They'll attack from deep. Well, there was a hint of an overlap. Samoa decided to go down the channel through the hands of Leo Lolo.
No hands done!
Now they break up the Lolo to Iono. Iono bundled down onto the deck. Ball back into the Samoan hands. England player is down injured at the moment. Tupou out wide. Now, if the pass can be made here, Levasa steps back in. This is Lilo Maeva, he's in for his try, but England, unfortunately, with a man down, had lost the structure in their defence.
Yeah, it's Tom Mitchell, I think, who's down, but Lila Maeva, they're just finishing off once again. When they get on the front foot and they have that opportunity, Samoa, they get extremely difficult to stop. A lot of power and a lot of pace as well to go with it. So the afterburners turned on there by Samoa.
Time off, please.
IRB Series champions in 2010 and played semi-finalists last month on the Gold Coast.
Set.
And both teams with a very high win ratio percentage over the years in Sevens rugby. So there's a confidence level that both these teams have as well. Snyman there, guilty of letting that ball go. Yeah, here comes Paul Perez. That's a good offload, and this is great running now. Good support play required. Oh, put onto the boot, and it might have been the right idea, but they've still got another chance. They've got out of jail here as Perez gets into space, looks to open it up here for Iono. Perez back in picture, and over Paul Perez goes then. So that's a great repost that then from the Manu Samoans.
Yeah, Paul Perez, he certainly came good on the circuit last year. Such a valuable player. Afa Iono as well. Good understanding between the two. Thought that Iono was going to get there himself, but it all stemmed from a mistake by the South Africans back on the 10-metre line. The pressure and the try from Paul Perez.
Yeah, it was Philip Snyman who...
Kenya as well, Kayenga in particular. Not here this weekend, of course, but that's the importance of employing a player at the restart.
Yep. Hunt with a little chip kick through now. There's a chase from Chris Dry. Back for it there was Tupou, and he's done particularly well. Samoa don't want to panic here. They've got to just hold on to that ball, try and set up the... Well, they don't need to even hold on to it because they've opened up all sorts of space here. That's a kick pass. He wasn't in front of the ball. It's a 3-on-3 situation as Iono goes to deck, unfortunately, but they've still got plenty of space to open up here. Backtracking there from Frankie Horn. South Africa not able to be competitive enough, so Perez now with it. Opportunity for him And lovely little sidestep there, and the tackle from Cornell Hendricks unfortunately didn't work. Great play that from Perez. Just shows how useful this man is in sevens rugby. He's got pace. He's a big, strong fellow as well. Very hard to bring down.
Yeah, but that all started again. A mistake by South Africa within sight of the Samoan try line. Quickly picked up, snapped up, and Paul Perez, the grateful recipient once again. A second try for the ever-awake Paul Perez.
Quite difficult from there because Samoa very much on the front foot defensively, and as a result, well, I was just going to say they've turned it over, but referee's whistle's gone. Wasn't taken from the right spot. And Llewellyn Isbell, he's on the park as well. So Paul True ringing the changes.
Well, that eats up vital seconds, doesn't it? They've lost 5-10 seconds there.
Yep. Laters. Snyman. He's a very strong runner, this fella. But the Samoans really just making sure that there's no latitude gained by the Blitzbokker. This time the penalty goes the other way. 20 seconds left. And Samoa got to think tactically about what they do here. Controlling this ball is very, very crucial.
Very capable at counter-rucking the Samoans. Very physical, as you mentioned before. And they just...
down to 3 seconds. Down to 3 seconds. The hooter will go now. And the kick into the grandstand on the far side. And it is the Samoans then that have won this match. And, well, one's got to say probably deservedly so as well. They knew what they had to do as they went into this game. And exceptionally, 2 great tries in the first half. Paul Perez very...
Set.
Paul Perez, spotted a gap, pinned back his ears and away he goes. Paul Perez over the 10-metre line, into the 22. It won't be caught. That's Paul Perez. The vision, the power of Paul Perez. Samoa are not done yet. It's Fa'aleminga Selisele, the replacement. The try must surely come this time. Repena Lavasa over at the sticks. And you can never, never discount the Islanders. Just 2 points separating Samoa from a cup final berth. The Buahauha down the blind side, down the narrow side, finds his path blocked into the wide open space. And it's been picked off like an apple from a tree by Robert Lilo Mayava. Away he goes, and Samoa are through to the cup final.
The kick-off to come by Alatasi Tupo, the grand final of the HSBC Sevens World Series in Dubai. Look at this! Paul Perez has scooped it from the kickoff, and that is even faster than the one that Leo Lolo scored the other day, which we timed at 15 seconds. I saw him touch down at 9.5 seconds.
Well, extraordinary, isn't it? This is surely the quickest ever try, especially in a final. I watched him playing last week for Samoa against France, and he was brilliant then, and he really has set the ball going now, hasn't he? Absolutely, from Paul Perez.
Exactly 9.5 seconds. That would put that one up against some of the fastest in the 15-a-side game anywhere. It's the same principles, isn't it? Ball in the air, men leaping for it, the bounce goes to a player, and they race away to score. There's the shot at goal from wide out. It's a 5-point lead to Samoa in just less than a minute gone. The perfect beginning for Manu Samoa Sevens.
Well, if they were lacking confidence, surely that has boosted them morale absolutely to high levels.
So let's see where Alatasi Tupo kicks this one. He's kicking it the same direction. No, he's gone up the middle this time, and in comes the big jump by Patrick Fa'apale. Lotte Rakambula takes it down for New Zealand. New Zealand have got to settle this. There's Ben Lamb, hand out by the referee for Asefi Fa'amatala. But remember, this man likes to play the game at his own speed and pace and direction. Tamasi Tama to Tim Mickelson, to Ben Lamb, to Scott Curry, shadowed by number 10, Paul Perez, and number 4, Leo Lolo. If you've been following the 7 series over there, don't get confused with Lolo Louis, who played so many tournaments in brilliant fashion for Samoa. Number 4 here is Leo Lolo, and he's been a fine contributor that has got Samoa into this final here today.
I think the advantage really of New Zealand is their cornerstone, the nucleus they have, who've worked so many times together. Tim Mickelson, DJ Forbes, Raikambula, Tomasi Thama, and the return of Kurt Baker, who was absolutely brilliant when he was away 3 years ago.
Good line out there by Sifa Matala. Here's Perez again. He used to play in New Zealand. Oh, look at that commitment from Ben Lamb. Ben is, I think he's well and truly come out on top. He has been given great encouragement by Gordon Titchens, but he has had a few ups and downs here. And there's boldness. Boldness, be my friend, from Thama. Here it is with Lamb trying to run it out from right against the red zone, and they continue to do that with confidence. It's gone to Kurt Baker back in the team, trying to run it out from in front of his goal post. That's boldness indeed from New Zealand. But here's powerful play by Samoa. It's gone to Lolo. Swing to the left to Sally. Curry hangs on. This is good for Samoa again because of with Perez. And there's another excellent tackle by Lamb, but they'll have to have a look and a discussion about this one. He's not sure.
He's confident he's got it. And it's been given. Well, he's sharp. Well, he's on fire, isn't he, Paul Perez here? Just come back from the 15-a-side in the European Tour, and look at this, how close is it? He keeps his feet up high, he's there. It's a very good call. Paul Perez, try number 2, 10-0.
Yes, I think that was a look of that he believed he'd got it down. It was very close, but that's the way it cuts sometimes. The rub of the green. Mum written on his arm. Hello, Mum, for Patrick Fa'apale. I think Mum would be very pleased and proud of that one. And what a beginning by Samoa. 12-0. They lead New Zealand in the Cup final here in Dubai.
And the extraordinary thing, they've suddenly lifted their game. I mean, they've been so close in getting through to the Cup final. They lost to England. They beat South Africa by 5 points. They beat Wales by 2 points. They beat France by 1 try. But what a start this is for them.
Remember, it's 2 periods of 10 minutes, and they've won this kickoff. They're winning all over the park at the moment. Asifa Matala, and it looked like a drop kick was on by Alatasi Tupo. So New Zealand well behind at the moment. Lamb is in there. Raikambula, Thama. They play a game in a measured way, New Zealand. They won't be thinking they're out of this. It's a long way to go. It's a much longer game than the pool play in the semis and quarters. So they have to be measured, not make any mistakes. There's Captain Forbes. Here's Mickelson. Takes it into the crunch. The tackler there is fellow Lemminger, Sally. Thama. This is a good period of keep ball by New Zealand. Raikambula. The tackler there was Alatasi Tupo.
Taking up space. He's taking up space.
Our referee speaks for about the first time in the game. Rasta Mengi. Mickelson pointed out that in the way he plays the game, he hardly ever speaks in the game. Here's Lamb going wide on Perez, but Perez is having the better of that battle with 2 tries and a good tackle there. Raikambula. Now Curry. Oh, it's tough tackling, but Curry has had a good return to the New Zealand team, had some injury worries. Baker clears the ball. This is nice passing by New Zealand. It's hard work making progress, but as long as they hang on, the progress will work. And there's a lost ball to New Zealand by Raikambula.
Leave it, 6.
That's against DJ Forbes.
Out of his zone.
all given away. New Zealand have lost 4 in the first 7 minutes.
An extraordinary thing really is up front, you know, no Alafoti Fao-Saliva, no Simaiki Michaela, no Trevor Annis, but they're doing well equally up front.
That's one that's gone for position and been very well taken indeed. What a beginning by Samoa. Paul Perez scored after 9.5 seconds. And then again, a couple of minutes later, with the sideline conversion for 12-0. Tupo, number 7. Curry, number 1. There's Perez. He's had a very good tournament, Paul Perez.
That's good.
Curry. Now, are they going to play wingspan again? Yes, they are. Right out. Lamb is way out and flies for the corner. There it is. Ben Lamb scores.
Well, the power's in his genes, isn't it? And his nephew, Pat Lamb, of course, so well known in the game of 15s. And look at this, beautiful overlap. Very, very orthodox, but wonderful. And this guy has just come in. He's a new man. He's huge power and very confidence coming from Gordon Titchens to bring him in this cup final on his debut appearance.
This is debut in the 7s. He's had a big season and not wanted at the Super 15 level, so he's having to have a contract to play the 7, so he'll be going right around. Ben Lamb made a few mistakes in the games earlier today, but his coach believes in him. That's why he's here after all, and it's play such as we saw then when he went into the corner flag that's got him onto the field. And you have to say he'll understand the 7s game with every outing, more with every outing. 12-5. Curry, DJ Forbes, Leo Lolo. Is he on the way to score? Chased by Baker, but he's got there. Momentum across the sliding grass. Leo Lolo has scored.
What a comeback. What revenge so quickly, Leo Lolo. Well, a player who only made his debut in Gold Coast last tournament in October. It was a rather risk pass from DJ Forbes. Good effort and by Kurt Baker to try to get there, but the momentum was enough. And Samoa stretch again to 12 points of the conversion to come.
Oh, beautiful shot there of him sliding but swinging the arm over to plant it. Yes, New Zealand handing the ball away there, desperately trying to move it across to this side of the field. But it didn't work that time. It's going to cost them for 5, and the very good kicker is on the way. He's done it again. Hello, Mum.
Well, absolutely wonderful 2 conversions, and how critical those can be in a game as close as this. But I say it's close. Samoa are 14 points ahead as the hooter sounds for the first 10 minutes, but they're going to replay a restart before half-time.
And that's a good tactic too, to play it across the slightly dewy field late in the day here in Dubai after heavy rain overnight and yesterday. And Curry reaches for that one. The New Zealand rhythm has been disrupted here by the pressure that's put on them by Samoa. So we're in referee's time now. So New Zealand will play this one. Raikambula, they'll play risk and try to bring it up back to front, as they do so often, playing it wide to Mickelson. They've got all kinds of variations in support play, and there's a pass to come, but he decides not to take it, and it's gone now to Thama. Raikambula took it. Speed is still on, but the defence is very good from Samoa. The tackler there was Pale. Mickelson. New Zealand players fan out to take a pass from him, but they've gone back a bit. Now they're 50 metres out, but still they search forward through the captain. Oh, he's going to get there. He does the same thing. half-time now as we look at this again.
Yeah, how many times have we seen him do this? He's wonderful with the, well, the hand off the defender. This man who is inspirational. 30th, he'll be on the 15th of December. That is the half-time.
And let's see what happens from the kickoff in this one. 3 tries to 2. It's a long way, as you heard Gordon Titchin say at half-time. He thinks they're blowing, which is an indication he thinks the Samoans are tiring, the rugby parlance. Second half begins. Tamasi Thama kicks off with New Zealand. It's a shame we weren't able to understand the Samoan language. The coach of the Samoan team, Lalamila, might be saying New Zealand's blowing. But let's see what happens as this drama unfolds in the second half. The way the previous tournament unfolded in Gold Coast, New Zealand finished in 3rd place there, but the winner, Fiji, was well out of the big points here, so New Zealand could get a lead, a good lead on the rest of the field here. In fact, they were runners-up, weren't they, in Gold Coast, so they could grab a lead in the circuit after just 2 events. Mickelson goes down near halfway. Fast feed by Raikambula to Curry. Coach Titchin says, when we give, take off. In other words, go. And see, that's not quite what's happening there with Thama. Taken down by Sifa Amatala. Kurt Baker not called forward, and he's allowed to kick the ball. Gordon Titchin doesn't like kicking and sevens, but he doesn't mind it from Kurt Baker because he says Kurt Baker invariably gets the kicks ahead. He didn't get that one. Alatasi Tupou. And the referee has called a penalty in defence for Samoa.
Saying it was a ruck, and the ball was picked up. Well, let's have a look again. The cover there from Tupou. And there, with Kurt Baker, he'd called it a ruck, and that was the decision. Fascinating, really, the way that Samoa have lifted their game. You know, last season they had a couple of finals, never won a title. The last time they won a cup title was in Las Vegas the previous season.
So there is an indication of some of the tremendous interest here in Dubai.
Yes, just seeing that picture there, of course, UAU have become the 100th member of the International Rugby Board, so that's a great honour for them.
Yes, the gentleman, one of the gentlemen there was Mr. Mohammed Farag Karaz, who's the chairman of that UAE Rugby Federation. They didn't play in this tournament, but their team was here playing in one of the invitation international events, and they've got great ambitions to improve, to be playing in this tournament again soon. They played here by invitation in previous years. Now the qualifications are much sterner. Penalty New Zealand taken by Raikambula. They take the ball away from those players who were retiring, leaving space out wide for Lamb. But my word, Perez has looked after him pretty well. It's 2 tries to 1 to Perez at the moment. Mickelson. Perez making another tackle then. Lamb shadowed by Perez. Raikambula tackled by Perez.
Still advantage.
And this is turnover. There's the penalty.
I noticed that Leo Lolo is in some injury there. He's very vulnerable here, and I think Kurt Baker has spotted that. Meanwhile,
one of the lighting towers has gone out. Play goes on. There might be an appeal against the light, maybe not. See the shadows that have lengthened a bit. So we've seen this at some sports events over the years. I wonder if they can get it on in just a few minutes. And there it is. That's the view. It's quite dark as Mickelson runs wide, and he floats it to Baker. And New Zealand close the gap with another wide taken try, this time scored by Kurt Baker.
Well, I love the vision of Tim Mickelson here. Just watch. There he is. He sees the chance. He thinks he may go himself, but he sees that Baker is unmarked, floats it perfectly. How many times has he created tries for others, let alone his 90 of own?
And so Kurt Baker's now scored 6 tries here, and he's top equal of the list of try scorers.
I should think Gordon Titchens was pretty pleased that he was no longer in contract with the 15s game.
Absolutely. Tomasi's puts it away. I can't see that lighting tower coming on again, Nigel. There's only one out, isn't there? And
yeah, just the far corner.
Yeah, just that corner we're looking towards with these cameras. So it's bright at the end that Amano Samoa said. Here's the lights. The light's okay. Look, there's the lights coming in, shining in from above. Beautiful evening here.
Isn't that wonderful?
Samoa still in the lead. They played that brilliant first 5 or 6 minutes of the first half. But are they blowing too hard and running out of steam?
I tell you what, you're absolutely right in saying that Perez has been the inspiration, hasn't he?
You're absolutely, yes, I agree with you, Nigel. New Zealanders will know about Paul Perez. He was in the news in New Zealand, an appearance in court, and in very difficult personal circumstances for him. And rugby has been the building again of his life. He's gone on the Samoa 15-a-side tour, was playing in Paris last Saturday, now he's in Dubai today. How's that for what the game can do for not just him, but for every young man? The way he's playing, it's really putting him on the map again in a very positive way. And here he comes with the ball. He's offloaded here to his captain for this game, Rupena Labasa.
Having said that, he's gone down injured at the moment.
Yes, he's there right near halfway. So they're a man down, and you can see him not at all well at halfway. Tomasi Thama, Forbes, fumble.
That's a relief for Samoa.
Here's a chase. The man off the bench is Tulolo, and he scored it!
Well, his first ever try in this tournament, his second ever and in second tournament only, the 21-year-old. My goodness me. Well, it was all about the breakdown here. A bad pass that came to DJ Forbes. And then, look at the control here. He got a bit lucky here, because it was only Thama, not the quickest on the pitch for the New Zealand 7, but brilliant. And it's only 2 3/4 minutes remaining, and it's 24-15.
Tulolo, Junior Tulolo.
Let's go.
This began in the IRB scene in Gold Coast. He played in Sydney in the Rugby World Cup, the IRB qualifiers. Earlier, but what a moment for him there. And there's a nicely chipped kick over, and the lead is extended now, 26-15. Well, it's a good lead with the clock starting again. 2 minutes to play. New Zealand have to, in the parlance of rugby, they've got to get cracking. And it's Thama. It's Raikambula now. They have to build it up from the back again. They swing it wide. There is Sherwin Stowers on the field. They're looking for real out-and-out speed from him. Curry is there. Thama finding holes, looking for support. It's not quite there this time. They're running close to the ball with Patrick Fa'apale. And there's Stowers. He's got gas. But so has the defence. A wonderful tackle by Patrick Fa'apale. Now it's Sherwin Stowers who's on tackling himself. This is frantic rugby. Labasa number 5.
You must release him. Yes, you must release him.
Penalty for Samoa. Cramping down there is Alatasi Tupo. It's hurting now.
Now we're playing on. Play on.
And the referee says play on. It's a tough world. A man goes down with cramp, he's got to play on. So that's like they're going to play with about 5 at the moment, unless they've got another one on the field. No, there's 6. One man is down. They've got 6 on the field.
extraordinary thing is seeing Samoa in their previous 5 games over the last 2 days. You wouldn't have thought, A, they were going to get in the cup final, B, they were going to be on top of New Zealand. They now have 11 points and it's 30 seconds, should I say, just left.
So Sani Nue is on the field now, and he just makes his first contribution by throwing. It's gone on the New Zealand side. Pressure coming on by Sele on the New Zealand team, and it's going to be Samoa here. New Zealand are running out of time. Sele coming back for Malinga. Sele, one of the veterans of the team.
They can't get 2 scores now. What an upset. What a surprise.
The siren comes down. Baker to Stowers. And New Zealand will continue to play to the end like we've seen from them before. But here's a breakout by the same man who scored a moment ago, Tulolo. Mickelson. He nearly lost the ball. He cradled it on his chest. He gives it to Baker. This is all going to be to no avail. It's going to be the night of Samoa. They lost yesterday in their second game to England, and maybe we thought it was all over for them, but they've come back brilliantly here. They started superbly, scoring 2 tries by Perez in just 3 minutes, and then another one by Leo Lolo to lead 19-5, and now 26-15, but New Zealand trying to have the last say, at least in the match. Curry. Tharma lost it. Did he lose it forward? Referee Rastavangi says he did. Referee Rastavangi says the game is over. So we now say Samoa have won the HSBC Sevens World Series game in Dubai 2012-13. And there's the man that scored the clincher. Tulolo. Down they go on their knees. This deeply committed people of the Pacific.
Yesterday. Down the blind side, down the narrow side, finds his path blocked into the wide open spaces. And it's been picked off like an apple from a tree by Robert Lilo Mayava. Away he goes, and Samoa are through to the cup final. 4 tries for this young man on his debut for the Samoan 15-a-side team against Canada a couple of weeks back, and he's taken Samoa through to the cup final here in Dubai.
Well, it's really sad that man there, Terry Baurua, should in fact be the man that gives away this game to Samoa. He's played valiantly throughout this tournament as the little scrum off, but it's Samoa who have grabbed the opportunity coming from behind. They really looked in trouble in that first half, but it's been a great second half for them.